Hello, my pretties. It's Lion Queen here. Welcome to episode 315 of Showers and Pretties. And today we're going to be reviewing a Beavis and Butthead movie. And this movie came out in 1996. And this movie is called Beavis and Butthead Do America. Of course, this stars Mike Judge, who voices Beavis and Butthead, Bruce Wills, who voices an enemy, Muddy Grimes' enemy in there, and Demi Moore, who voices Dallas Grimes in this film. We've got other people that did voice acting in this movie. So since this film came out in 1996, I did mention when I was reviewing the show Beavis and Butthead that I was going to do America, and eventually I'll do the universe sometime. So of course, with that being the case and with that being said, there is a sequel to this called Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe, which I'll do that in the near future, but right now I'm just going to review Do America, which of course that's what we're going to be reviewing in this movie today. So, um what's surprising about this film is since I watched this film back when I was a kid, well, not really kid, but like I was a teenager when I watched this one, and this one was definitely really funny. I mean, it's a really funny movie. It's hilarious. I mean, if you're a Beavis and Butthead fan like myself, you'll definitely see how funny this one is. I mean, it's surpassed Scream 2 surprisingly, and it's the second highest grossing animated film of 1996 behind Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame, which honestly is another good movie, which I did review that in, previous episodes. But today I'm going to talk about this movie Beavis and Butthead Do America, and I'm going to explain the plot of the movie, what it's about. In case if anybody who hasn't watched a movie in a long time would want a refresher and stuff like that. So, I'm going to go ahead and, gets pardon me about that. I just kind of burped. But I'll get started with the film and explain what the movie is about for any of you guys who haven't seen the movie in a really long time. So, honestly, the plot starts off with Beavis and Butthead wake up to find out their television's missing, and they're set off to find it. Of course, after failed attempts to get a new TV, they come across a motel which offers every single room has a TV. They meet a villain named Muddy Grimes, a criminal who mistakes them for hired hitmen and offers them 10 grand to take care of his wife Dallas in Las Vegas. Thinking that he wants them to score with her, Beavis and Butthead say that they can score and buy a new television. However, Muddy drives the boys to the airport in Las Vegas, where Beavis and Butthead arrive at their hotel room in Las Vegas. But aka Dallas Grimes, catches them or eavesdropping and holds them at gunpoint. The boys refuse Dallas's offer of 20 grand and to kill Muddy and argue who will do Dallas first. Realizing that Beavis and Butthead have misunderstood the instructions, she plants the X5 unit stolen biological weapon in Beavis's shorts. She tells them to meet her for spicy time at the U.S. Capitol, but she actually plans to kill them and recover the unit. So Beavis and Butthead aboard a tour bus. They accidentally sabotage a Hoover Dam agent for a brew of alcohol and firearms, tobacco. They become convinced of the two dual criminal masterminds and places them on FBI's most wanted list. At Yellowstone National Park, Beavis and Butthead accidentally board the wrong bus, joining the bus hold of nuns who were repulsed by the boys and abandon them in the Petrified Forest National Park. After walking through the desert, the boys meet for pretty much their biological fathers, which of course was surprising because we never really seen, the movie. We never seen Beavis and Butthead's parents in the show. Anybody who's watched the show should know that we've never seen Beavis and Butthead with their dads or whatever until this one. So Muddy returns to the motel and meets the real hitman, who angrily swears to track down and kill Beavis and Butthead. So of course, the hitman who stole Beavis and Butthead's television abandoned it in front of the motel, where Beavis and Butthead awaken to find themselves drifters gone until their walking become so dehydrated and weak that they start to see their lives flash before their eyes. Butthead reminiscing on him and Beavis growing up together, while Beavis sees himself as a cell going somewhere. While suffering from dehydration, Beavis takes bite out of a bite out of a cactus, causing him to have hallucinations of himself and Butthead being in a heavy metal type music video. Muddy eventually finds Beavis and Butthead, and after learning that Dallas intends to meet them, he puts them in his trunk and drives to Virginia. They jumped out onto the interstate of the 40-car pileup when they walk past the scene aboard the original tour bus. Stopping at the Capitol before reaching the White House, Muddy confronts Dallas in the parking garage where she can meet Beavis and Butthead. She seduces him and they go at it in his car. They get found and arrested by the ATF. So the ATF is dispatched onto the White House because Beavis and Butthead are pretty much on the same day as the Peace Conference. Beavis consumes caffeine and sugar and transforms into the Great Cornholio, his hyper-ultra-active ego. Wandering around the Oval Office and picking up the red phone, causing a military alert, Butthead attempts to seduce, Chelsea Clinton, but is thrown out of the bedroom window. He is detained by the cavity and searched by the ATF officers. So, later on, Beavis goes into their neighbor Tom Anderson's trailer, where Anderson catches him while playing with himself and throws him out. The ATF, thinking Beavis has the bioweapon, they're about to open fire when Anderson throws out Beavis's pants. The bioweapon flies into Butthead's hand, and he casually just gives it to the famine. So Anderson is falsely accused of trying to steal fame. Beavis and Butthead get then arrested along with Dallas and Muddy. While his wife gets taken for cavity search, Fleming proclaims Beavis and Butthead are heroes, and they meet President Bill Clinton, and who makes an honorary ATF agents. Beavis and Butthead return then to Highland, and they're upset that they did not get to score or receive any money. But the best thing they found out is they find their television at the motel, and they walk into the sunset carrying them, insulting each other, as Beavis pretty much suggests going into Anderson's tool shed to go at it, to have their private time, and that's how the movie ends. I personally really thought this was a really good story. It was a really awesome, well-made story, especially with, the whole concept of the film of its own self. I personally really thought it was a good Beavis and Butthead movie called Do America. Now, with all due reality, I personally really enjoyed how this film was. It's honestly a really great film. It's a pretty good, film for a Beavis and Butthead film. And, this was around the time when, Beavis and Butthead were popular in the 90s. I mean, they were really popular back in the 90s, especially this film. So I personally see this movie it's a really funny movie. I personally really recommend it to Beavis and Butthead fans. Like, anybody who's a Beavis and Butthead fan should really watch this movie, because it is a really great movie. It's funny, it's hilarious. I mean, if you have not seen this movie yet, you really have to see it. The animation's good, the voice acting's good, it's funny too. I mean, there's a lot of good jokes in there. And, I mean, with Beavis and Butthead, you can never go wrong because they always come up with really good jokes and stuff. So, do I recommend this movie to anyone who's a Beavis and Butthead fan? Of course I do. Of course I recommend this movie to anybody who's a Beavis and Butthead fan, and I definitely have to say they would definitely enjoy this film. If you like the Beavis and Butthead show, you would really enjoy this movie as well, because this is just a really great movie. It's got really good actors. I honestly was surprised that Demi Moore voices one of the villains in this movie, Dallas Grimes, And I'm surprised that she also voiced Esmeralda in the Hunchback of Notre Dame movie, which honestly was very surprising that she voiced a character in this film. I personally thought it was a really great film, and I mean, I could watch this movie over and over again. It'd be just a really good film, especially for a Beavis and Butthead fan. I personally still love this movie today, even if it's like so many years from now. It's still a really good film. I personally liked it. It's a really funny movie. I recommend it to anybody who is a Beavis and Butthead fan. They would definitely enjoy this movie as much as I did. So, with that being said, I think that's pretty much everything that I have covered. I mean, I thought I pretty much covered everything I need to talk about in this movie, but if there's something I'm missing, any of you guys can let me know in the comments below. So, there's definitely that if I'm missing something. However, I did hear and read up that this was originally going to be live action movie, but I guess they prefer animated movie would be much better or something. I mean, I know they originally were going to have this into a live action movie, but I guess they decided to, have it as something else, which is understandable though. And anyways, with that being said, it's a good movie. I personally really enjoy this. It's definitely a movie you should really watch if you're a Beavis and Butthead fan. Even if you're going to binge watch the entire show, you definitely would enjoy this. So anyways, with that being said, what did you guys personally think of this movie? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what you have done personally to help make this movie a lot better? Feel free to let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Lion Queen. I want to thank you so much for watching today's video, and if you're new to my channel, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, if you want to go check out my media, which is DeviantArt and Twitter, links to those will be in the About page section, so you guys won't miss, times, days when I upload, because I do upload every now and then on those, so you guys can go check those out. Also, if you are interested in subscribing to my backup channel known as Miss Dark Shigo, link to that will also be in the About page section, so you guys can go support my backup. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to really say, but if I'm missing something about the movie that I did not talk about, please let me know what it is in the comments below. And as always, I'm the Lion Queen, and as always, I'll be seeing you all in the next video, and peace out.